Hey all, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Not now, Donald. We have to head out on the high seas and collect treasure. I just love finding booty, so I do. Hanging out with friends, shooting the shit, bombarding local settlements with cannon fire. All part of being a pirate, really.
Yeah, college was pretty nice for me too.
I have many questions, but perhaps this playthrough is not the time for such things. So most of this is just going to be us exploring and whatnot. So how did you fare on the high seas? Because you can just make a beeline for the boss of this place, I'm pretty sure.
I'm kinda did. I mean, obviously this is your chance to explore, because they are kind of giving you free reins, but again, I was on a time crunch. I didn't really want to do that, so I just kind of beeline for it. But apparently there is some good stuff you can find.
Yeah.
For, upgrading your shit, especially your Keyblades, I believe. So it can be worth exploring around here.
Spar told me of, like, a cache somewhere where there's, like, plenty of Damascus and Adamantite, I believe. I found a certain cache with such items, but I'm not sure if it was the ones he was talking about. Oh no, we have been accosted by really weak pirate ships.
Oh no! Please don't glow your lights that I can easily destroy you with one cannon attack.
Goodbye. I should just cast wind chasers on the island. It's my island now. I can do what I want.
Jack said shipwreck cove.
Goofy, I'm fucking busy. I have to find fluoride and Damascus and adamantium too.
Yep, well, you did those purposely wrong, so I'm not going to correct you this time. But yeah, just get up high, and this is actually a way to kind of cheese a certain requirement for getting like special booty and whatnot. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's just go around here for the time being.
I think you have to beat this world and then you get Glide, right?
Glide comes actually after we're done with all the Disney worlds, actually.
Oh, I see, yeah. So obviously what they want you to do is they want you to beat all the worlds, then come back here and Glide, and I'm like, I ain't got that kind of time.
No, even then, actually. What I was saying was we have chests on certain islands where you have to, like, dive down and smash into them, like in other worlds, but you can just jump off the top of the pirate ship, like, air slide over and slam down that way.
Oh, no, that's actually pretty useful. That's a good trick.
We're gonna have to fight a fuck ton of these guys later, and they're actually pretty difficult when they're all grouped together.
I do want to give, again, I haven't given enough props, but I do like Blizzard Claws a lot.
Yeah.
It kind of comes a little late for me in the game to get a lot of mileage out of it, because again, right after this you get High Wind, and I love High Wind. It's so much fun to use. So Crystal Snow did not get as much love as it could have, but I do like the form changes a lot for Crystal Snow. It shares a little bit too much, I think, with, Happy Gear's Agile Claws. I mean, it does enough different, obviously, to make it worthwhile. But, and I may have mentioned this already, but I think, with some of the Keyblades, you get some that have multiples of the same form change, and then you have ones that are like Mirage Staff, or, again, High Wind and its form changes, and you only get the one. And I kind of wish they had a little bit more variety. Like, what I would love to see... Don't know why you're flinging them to the ceiling, fair enough. But what I would love to see is that, in Kingdom Hearts 4, it will inevitably come. When you do that, I would prefer if you have, like, one Keyblade, but you can customize it. Like, you can add different shit. I guess adding the form change you want to it might be a little weird to do, but if they could cut that, I think that would be great, so you can really build the Keyblade you want.
There's stuff in the sea, obviously. They didn't just, like, create, like, a blue layer and then put nothing underneath it. No, it is populated.
They really want you to go into the ocean.
They really do. Look at that little island out there, so cute and whatnot, with a Moogle head on it.
I haven't actually been to the beach in a long time. I mean, first off, this requires me going outside, and that shit ain't happening. And secondly, I mean, it's not worth it at this point, guys. Unless it's Sexy Girl Beach, in which case I'll still have to think about it really hard.
Sexy Girl Beach? What kind of beach is you going to?
It's a very ironic beach, actually. Mostly dudes. Weird, isn't it? I think it's a trap. But I mean, there hasn't really just been a reason to go. I mean, I like the beach. I just haven't had a reason to go there. So maybe I need to get one. We'll see.
Oh, I am becoming ever more powerful.
And the last thing N-Time 64 needs is more power. Ugh.
Actually, you're not too far off the mark there. The more power I get, the more my ego grows, so...
And can you jump off here to do it? No, you gotta go up higher, looks like.
It's okay, I'm sploring.
Sploring? Is that the slang term that the kids use now?
I guess so. Here we go. Actual use of a pirate ship in a pirate-themed world.
Shows up like 8 worlds too early, but now at least it's appropriate.
Again, I would have really made them world-specific instead of just having them appear willy-nilly. We don't even get a single cutscene where Jens is like, by the way, Sora, your new clothes give you the power to summon and chill for Disney. Wow, really? That's amazing.
No, it's not. It's actually pretty restrictive, and apparently all your food has to be from Disney World now.
By the way, here are 500 Disney fun books. No, you cannot use them at Disneyland.
Here are 2 passes to Euro, Itchy, and Scratchy Land.
Oh, Simpsons, is there any LP you can't save?
Anything from seasons 11 to 20 onward?
Thanks!
Well, I mean, season 11 I thought had some funny bits, but I don't know. I haven't really watched Simpsons, especially the new ones, in a long time. I can't tell you how funny they are now. I just will always remember the classics.
Fair dues. For me, it goes up to, like, I think the hard cut-off point is season 13. I remember enjoying some episodes in that one.
One of these days, I do maybe want to go back and just kind of... Because what I used to do growing up, they would, like, show reruns of that on, like, UPN at, like, 6 p.m., and me and my sister would watch it. So we'll still say Simpsons lines to each other as a form of endearment. This is what we do. So, it does have a bit of a special place, believe it or not.
Well, no, that's pretty much what we do. That's what FTCR does. I imagine Brain Scratch gets in on it as well. It's just shorthand for, we don't have any jokes of our own, so just insert well-known quotes into this fucking Let's Play, you know? Might as well make garbage semi-garbage instead.
Well, let's be honest. The people who wrote The Simpsons had time and they were paid. We have neither of these, so we have to make do on the fly.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know, man. I mean, I love earning money for not doing much work, but we just gotta work with the circumstances here.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that ship. I'm coming!
Hold on, I'm gonna walk back to the ship. Give me a second.
Like I said, you can quick step, so don't worry, we'll be... I thought that was fucking Goofy stuck on a thing for a second. Didn't that shadow look like a person?
A little bit, yeah.
It's okay, you can go back and take a look at it. You can pause videos. That's a good thing about videos. You don't have to watch them live.
Man, you know what this is suddenly really reminding me of? This is reminding me of EcoQuest, the search for Cetus. I just had this huge flashback to that all of a sudden.
Fucking Dolphinius. You need to get the hell out of my life and out of my nightmares.
You know what, actually, guys, I have thought about doing the sequel. Let me know if you want to do that. I might actually record that.
Well, you're gonna do it anyway because you like money and you're a whore, so...
Well, I mean, I like money. That's why I got a job in IT, dude.
I'm not smart enough or cultured enough to realise whether that's funny.
It's timely and realistic. That's what it is.
Oh, I see. It had a setup, a plot point, and a conclusion. Very nice.
That's all the best humor, you know?
It's okay, I'm just having a little bit of an Austin Powers moment. It will pass.
I'm fixing to say, I'm watching you back out here, and it's not going well. Here, let me just turn the ship around manually.
Wait, where did Jack go? Oh yeah, he's been shackled to Davy Jones and whatnot. Sorry, I was missing the poor lad, so I was.
I'm fixing to say, because I'm like, man, you remember he can't jump 300 feet, right?
He also does not go in the ocean, which I find hilarious.
For some reason the ship is called the Leviathan. I don't know why, it just is.
It's big, I suppose?
Can you rename it?
Not sure? Question mark?
That's my ship. I should name it whatever I want. I could call it the fucking... The roasted peanut. If I wanted to.
Okay,
I mean, that should be fair, right?
What?
Just what?
Sometimes I have no answers for the inanity that comes out of THD's mouth. Let's just accost a small island and see where it takes us.
You know, Sora, look, I know you're very proud of your anime powers, but you need to not flaunt them constantly in my face.
I will do that. I need to impress these fishmen.
I guess Kyrie would like it. I don't know. Hey, Kyrie, look, I can jump 100 feet. Whee!
Well, whatever, Sora, we can all do that now.
That's true. Everybody can kind of do that. It's not really that impressive anymore.
Oh, wow. Those crabs and that barrel tanked a Fundaza.
I don't know. Crabs are tough motherfuckers, man. They got that shell.
They're Jamaican.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. I mean...
Oh, I'm starting to regret doing a full ocean LP.
Hey man, it's your playthrough. You know, you're always like, oh, why don't you record it? This is why I don't record it.
I know. I'm going to level up a few times just because I want the boss fight to go a bit more smoothly than it did when I first went in. It's actually not too hard, even with like a vanilla build for your Leviathan. I say that as if you can customize it. But yeah, it's still pretty fun to go around and explore because you get a load of goodies for doing so.
Wait, are you talking about, like, the final boss of the world?
Yes.
In terms of the Leviathan? I went in there with a level 1 ship, and I was able to do it. It's not really that hard. You just kind of have to know what to do, and you need to be quick about it. But I didn't bother to level up my ship at all, and I got through it okay.
It's fine. I think that archway there is a thing that Jack passed on the way to Port Royal, and it had, like, hanging bodies and whatnot. I'm not sure if that's the same monument, but I think they might have taken it out either way.
Yeah, because if he goes around it, they would have disqualified him, and he'd have to go back and do it again.
I'm talking about the dead bodies. I don't think the ESRB would like that.
Fucking, I don't know. Whatever.
Why do you think everyone, like, turns into light or darkness in this game?
I don't know, because they couldn't bother with an M rating?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
That was an exciting battle, Sora.
It was. Gotta be honest, guys, this is a part you could probably just skip through.
I mean, that honesty is refreshing. I mean, so far, Tom has been very honest. He's admitted he's caving into the YouTube popular trends. He's admitted that his Patreon is doing all that shit Patreons usually do. And he admitted he just basically recorded a 30-minute part just to pad out the playthrough.
No, okay. I'm so angry I can't form coherent thoughts right now. I'm just saying, people can watch these videos however they want to. I enjoyed recording this, even though it felt like 8 minutes at the time instead of 4 minutes, but, you know, maybe watching it isn't all that entertaining, so maybe we should come up with better commentary,
why are you going, at me? You know my commentary is always amazing.
You're the one who was like, I gotta inject more jokes into this part because I missed the jokes.
I do miss some of my jokes, and I'm not proud of that. I take my shitting on anime games very seriously, guys. I have a quota that I'm trying to meet.
Okay. See, look, there's like 2 more of these motherfuckers about to pop out of the ground. Oh, sorry, I meant 3 more. It's okay. We're just leveling up in the middle of battle. It's all good.
I guess my immediate question is, why are they carrying around barrels? Do they like hide underneath it? Is that like their shell if they're like hermit crabs or something like that?
Yeah, it's just a place they hide in, really.
I guess, yeah. I mean, if it's got like booze or food in it, I get that. I mean, personally, all I want to do is hide underneath a barrel of food myself and never come out.
Oh, that's called living the dream, my friend. Now, if we can get some comic books and cable in there with a decent internet connection, as the phrase goes, will be a sound pan.
Man, just as long as you don't make another secret base, alright? I mean, I had enough of that in Pokemon, especially with that weirdo guy teaching me how to do it.
Oh, yeah, I've honestly forgotten everything we've done from the Omega Ruby playthrough, but if you guys wanted to give it another watch as a way of supporting HFC, I wouldn't say no.
That's great. You know what would be awesome? If you watched everything at least 5 times. It's fantastic. Great way to pass the time.
In all seriousness, just in terms of Pokemon, we will be covering Pokemon Sword, I think. That will be with myself, Flame, and Richie, so we're keeping it Galar themed and going full Brit, because THD was just like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super hyped for Sword and Shield. I'll have to see if there's anything amazing. But, I mean, as of right now, all we know is just the region, like the starters, really. unless the story's amazing. I mean, if the story's really good, I'll get into that, because you know how I feel about Pokemon Sun and Moon. They had a good start. They could have improved it. They didn't improve it, and they made it worse, actually. So if they got something better for Sword and Shield, I'm all for that.
Fair news, mate. By the way, that frame rate back there, that was the hardest I've ever seen the game tank.
The game is pretty good about frame rate. Usually when it dips it likes to, I mean, you can notice it, but it tends to keep it to like a few things. Like, one thing that comes to mind later on, and this is kind of something I can't really talk about yet, because it's such a big moment in the game, but there will be enemies that will actually move like very choppy frame rates deliberately, but the main action is still very consistent in terms of its frame rate. So they do little tricks here and there, but it's never like the whole game chugs, like all of it, you know, to kind of process everything.
It's a well-optimized game for the most part, even if it's not running at 60 all of the time. I'm not even sure if it approaches it. I don't go in for looking up those kind of technical details, but for me it was a fairly smooth game overall.
Do any of the other Kingdom Hearts games run at 60?
I know the ones on the collection do, at least the PS4 versions.
Because I could have sworn, you know, some of them definitely looked a little faster. Because I played Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS. I don't remember it being that crazy fast, but definitely not at the pace, you know, this one looks sometimes.
I'm gonna go full Elsa on this motherfucker.
You gonna run away from your problems?
Now that you mention it, I could go for a bit of running away from my problems and letting it go.
You know, all of us have problems we may want to run away from, actually.
Now that I think I'm not going to look into that. I don't want to make you even more depressed by pointing out your problems. Let It Go is a very irresponsible song. It's like, oh, just don't worry about it, okay? You know, what is tomorrow's problems but today's other problems? So I had a point, it kind of went away from me.
I mean, there are two ways to interpret the term let it go. There's let it go in the good sense where, you know, you kind of let go how things are affecting you. You understand that things are difficult, but you just kind of let it be. I mean, that's just life for that. And then there's let it go in the negative sense where you are just legit running away from your problems and you're trying to let go responsibility, trying to face up against that. And again, just running away. I think that's what it means more in terms of Elsa's version of the song. They don't reprise it, do they? I don't think they do. But when she sings it, it's clearly about... The undertext is that she is running away from it, and she's not going to, you know, face it anymore. She's going to go ahead and do her own thing, for worse, even though she doesn't realize it at this point.
Yeah, I understand completely, actually. I was going to be all snarky and be like, oh, I don't care what the point is, I'm going to choose to interpret it my way, which is the only correct way, and God fucking almighty, do I deal with some media, which I shan't name because I talk about it too much as is, where people always choose the worst interpretation of something.
Star Wars?
Yeah, let's go with that. It starts with an S anyway.
That's for fucking sure. Man, I've seen some weird arguments on Star Wars. Well, not weird, but just frustrating. Ugh.
Yeah, so, did you go to this island?
I did not go to any islands. Well, no, I tell a lie. There is one island I went to, but it had the save point right before the boss and a shop. Because I figured, okay, I need to at least stock up a little bit. Oh god,
It's okay, thank you. We don't need like a fucking real-time fan dub, okay? People on YouTube have already got that shit covered.
Actually, the Sonic Adventure 2 real-time dub was pretty great.
I watched the Spider-Man one, actually, with a friend. That was amazing.
I should check out the Spider-Man one, but it is kind of hard to top. I pissed on the moon, you idiot!
I need to watch, I need to watch the 06 one. That's apparently pretty good. I'm not going to give you context for that. You can just search it up on YouTube.
It's an 06 fan dub. That's all the context they need. They know it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, indeed, mate. Indeed. And you can see where I put 06 in the Let's Rate These Sonic Games thing on HFC right now. Helldragon, am I going to hell?
You probably are. I mean, I'm not taking any part in this. I'm not enabling it. It's not like assisted murder in a sense, so I just want to let you guys know that it was not my idea, okay?
Okay. As long as I'm the one to blame, that's all that really matters.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't want to accept the responsibility. I'll let it go as well.
Very good, mate. Very good. Don't worry, there's not much more to this. There's just like one or so more island, and then I think some cutscenes. Because after this, well, technically next week, because we're going to be doing 5 parts a week now, mostly because 7 was a bit unsustainable. My own fault. I always, you know, try and invest too much time, only to find out that, wow, I'm human, and I can't put out a part every single day. Plus, like, a part every other day for a second playthrough, plus editing all these Patreon commissions and whatnot. So this is just allowing me to get stuff done for everyone, you know, and it's 2 parts less a week, but at least it's more consistent.
Yeah, I mean, part of me... Well, I mean, I kind of know the same thing because, I mean, you know, obviously now I've got the new job, I've been working hard at it, and I've had to really pace myself in terms of what exactly I want to approach after work and before work, because I have other goals and things I want to accomplish, but I just don't have a lot of that time anymore, because now I do, again, have the full-time job, so I've had to really pick and choose my battles and keep my energy in mind, keep mindful of what I want to focus on, and this is the kind of shit, by the way, guys, that I get really excited about. I mean, if you want me to nerd the fuck out, you'll talk to me about productivity systems, because I'll be like, man, I have a lot of tricks we could do.
Like, damn, son, I got some shit to tell you.
Yeah, so, I mean, you really do have to pick and choose your battles, because we always want to do more. But we can't. It's frustrating. It really is. I've always wanted to do more than I've been capable of at times. But you have to take that into account. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it's a sad fact of life that some of us lack the discipline to carry things to their conclusion. And as for me, I lost a bit of weight, like about 30 to 40 pounds a few years ago, and I put all that back on, plus roughly about 15 more pounds, so my energy is whack at the best of times. Don't get me fucking started on depression, because God knows I don't like to use that as an excuse. It's fine if you want to use that as a reason for being unable to work. I personally, I'm aware of the stigma. I don't want to, like, join the stereotype of that, so I try to work for it, but sometimes, and this wasn't why I took a break the past week, that was just due to stress and like being overtired more than anything. And I know it's just talking over video games, but I also edit this stuff, guys. It might be basic editing, but it's still work nonetheless.
I mean, really the best thing I can advise, and I'm kind of surprised we're turning this into real talk with THD here. Really the best thing I can advise is that even if there's a lot of changes you want to make, you really do have to take it one at a time. That's more sustainable in my opinion. I've been trying to form a lot of habits, trying to do more than one at a time. I usually just fuck up and fail and then I quit. So it takes practice to get to a better point. I mean, shit, I used to not always eat the way I do. I used to not always exercise. I need to go back to the gym. I have to get started on that again. I have to rebuild. So it takes constant practice over time to get where you want to go. I'm still doing my best for that, and that's really the best thing I can advise to anybody looking to make changes in their life. You just have to take it a step at a time, and then that'll just build up and build up and build up over time. 1% improvement every day. That's my philosophy. And also fight at range. You don't want to fight in melee. It's riskier that way.
Indeed. We'll call it the 64-step program, and it takes a while, but the results are kind of middling, actually. Why don't you choose a different system?
I love this. It's just like, what was this properly timed? Because it looks really badly timed, actually.
It was badly timed on my part. I thought there was a platform underneath me, but I got the angle wrong.
Still think it's pretty funny. It's just like come out of the wall there.
Yeah, alas. So this island is actually pretty dense in terms of like enemies and stuff to find.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm starting to regret not exploring a little bit more, because they are giving me shit to do. I mean, this was one of the core complaints I've had of Kingdom Hearts, where everything was linear, and this legit feels like a grown-in world with stuff to do in it. One of the complaints I did actually have about Wind Waker, I know a while ago, you were like, what, you didn't finish Wind Waker? And I'm like, no, I didn't. But it really didn't feel like there was a lot of islands with stuff to do, because I wanted more in-depth kind of islands besides stuff with like dungeons in like the 1 or 2 major towns. For that. I kind of wish there was more of that. And I think there was like too much in terms of the water that kind of made everything blend after a while, you know?
I understand, actually. Is it like you wanted more landmarks and whatnot? Sorry, I got the gist of what you said, but I was looking at like my Audacity recording.
No, I mean, yeah, like more landmarks, more interesting places. I like the idea of a water world area. Like, there was this game I played that I think they still have on Good Old Games. It's called Treasure Adventure Game. I think they remade that into something you had to buy, so fuck that. But it was like a Metroidvania, but you could sail across to different areas across the sea. And that kind of stuff is cool. I like that idea. I'm a huge Metroidvania fan in general, but that and a water world kind of setting is cool. They just need to make sure there is enough densely populated areas in between the water to make it justified, to make it worth going to the islands and exploring and getting this stuff and things like that.
Yeah, I understand you, mate. Alright, let's zippity zop bop back here, and we are back to the open waters. Let us be gone.
Prepare to set sail.
Alright, is there another island we need to go to, or...?
I'm not entirely sure. I think we're just going to the main place now.
Oh man, it's just... Now it's a thrill minute for the both of us. We're not quite sure what's going to happen.
Ooh, man, I really could have looked ahead and seen, but no. Just flying by the seat of our pirate pants here.
Slowly go around the island. It's okay. Take it easy.
Imagine if there was, like, do you have that, like, symbol you have to put in your car when you're, like, a trainee driver?
I think I actually did all my driving training in somebody else's car.
That's what I mean. It would have, like, a symbol that just says, like, trainer on board or something. I want one of those for the ship.
Yeah, just trying to learn how to drive a ship here, guys. Come on.
Yay! Goofy leveled up and we went into a cutscene.
That'll do it.
Oh, we got us a showdown.
Like, fucking Mufasa comes out of the fog.
How did I get here?
This is the wrong movie. Where's Simba?
You do know how to make good time.
I will now
Yes,
play
one
my
must
spell
simply
card.
marvel at your celerity. But
I need to
such
look up what celerity
impulsive
means.
behavior
Yeah, when I Google that, man, I'm gonna be so mad.
nothing
Let's see. Swiftness of movement. He's just thanking us for being fast, essentially.
I mean, can you understand why I think Luxor is kind of lame when he's doing shit like this?
No, I find it very endearing.
I don't.
Lost it
Well,
again.
we've spoken about how your opinion matters very little to HFC. Now you're no longer part of the
Just
group.
extremely little. Just so almost insignificant, almost gone even.
I'm only saying this for funny bants, guys. I don't really mean it. Helldragon's opinion means a lot to me when it's actually something I agree with. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, okay?
Alright, here's more fuck me like, guys.
We get the ones with the blue, and we get the ones with the green, then we put up the shield, and that's basically the gist of it.
Let's do this.
Yep, that's the fight. And also shoot your magic missile. Behold my Arctic Blast.
No. No. I've had enough bad voice acting for one lifetime. Question, have you ever heard anyone say they don't like the voice acting in Kingdom Hearts? I'm curious.
I guess it really depends on certain characters. I mean, shit. I've had points where I've bashed the voice acting in Kingdom Hearts, but it really does depend on the actor. Of course, the popular go-to example in Kingdom Hearts is Mina Suvari, who I still think did a bad job. But beyond that, I'm really hard-pressed to think of any other voice acting I didn't like. Really, probably the most damning thing I can say about the Kingdom Hearts voice acting is when it's not directed as well. Like, I've heard complaints, for example, that Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2 was a little robotic. Fair enough, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think George Newbern is great as Sephiroth. I don't know if he's going to be in the game. They finally did a trailer for that, actually, and I'm not sure that's him. I hope it is. I actually really like George Newbern as Sephiroth. It's great. We'll see. But it really is always going to depend on voice direction, I think. They usually get fairly good voice actors in this series.
Helldragon's talking about FF7 Remake, by the way. It had a new trailer recently, showed off a little bit more would be an understatement, but they're doing more at E3 2019, so look out for that.
When is E3?
That is June. I will get you the specific date now.
Fuck me, that is like very soon, actually. Wow.
Tuesday, 11th of June.
11th of June, what time?
A time.
Oh, man, you know what's great, though? Now that I'm working a normal sane schedule, I might be able to check out the fucking conferences for a change.
Okay, Microsoft is Sunday, June 9th at 1 PM Pacific.
Won't be watching that.
Okay, Bethesda, Sunday, June 9th at 5:30 in the evening Pacific.
Man, Bethesda needs to work on more shit before they even get concerned about E3. Is their E3 conference going to be, hey, we fixed all of our fuck-ups? Let's hope so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more of like Doom Eternal though, so that should be pretty fun. Ubisoft, Monday, June 10th, 1 p.m. Pacific, or Pacific even.
Don't really care about them. The only ones I'm really gonna watch is Microsoft and Sony, I'll be honest with you.
What about Nintendo?
Oh, and Nintendo, I'm sorry, I meant to say Nintendo, but I replaced it with Microsoft. I don't care about Microsoft's one, but yes, Nintendo and Sony.
Well, Sony doesn't have one this year, actually.
Are they I think they're really going in with doing like the Nintendo Directs. I haven't seen State of Play much. I think they're kind of boring looking. To be fair, Sony has copied the fuck out of Nintendo so many times at this point.
Nintendo is Tuesday, June 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and no Reggie. He's retired since.
Man, I mean that's gonna be when I'm at work, so hopefully I'll be able to sneak something in. My job's a little looser that way, so we'll see.
The game is fun. If it's not a challenge, it isn't fun. If it's not fun, why bother? Fucking Socrates tier wisdom.
Ah, well, he's got quite a bit to go to meet Socrates here.
I believe it was Socrates who first said, "I feel just like a purple Pikmin."
Yeah, you know. Did you know it was Archimedes who said, "Hey, get good"?
Yeah, my body is ready. That's Aristotle right there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, all of the great video game sayings can be traced back to ancient philosophers.
I think it was first in China where Sun Tzu said, "It's a me, Mario."
As you know, one of my favorite quotes from Mark Twain is, don't believe anything you read on the internet.
Yeah, and Hitler, most famous for saying, "Curse you, Link, curse you, Zelda, curse you, Butthead," and all the sages and whatnot.
Phew. What a timeless remark from one of history's most memorable people.
I just remember when like a fucking Hitler me pipped me to the post in Mario Kart. I was like, Hitler beat me and spars with me. It's like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's literally the worst thing he's ever done.
Oh my god, I remember that, yeah.
I miss Mario Kart Wii. In some ways, I enjoy it more than 8 Deluxes online, but I still love the shit out of 8 Deluxe, and I'm hoping we get another Mario Kart before the Switch is done.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope. I mean, it's still gonna be a little bit, so we'll see.
I mean, we haven't had Metroid yet, Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion is coming this year, Pikmin 4, and more.
He's plotting to
I'm not super hyped for Metroid Prime. I really want a new 2D Metroid, because Samus Returns was good. I mean, maybe you liked another Metroid 2 remake more, but it was good, and I really want more 2D Metroid. I would love that.
What was annoying to me, and this is just me, it's not a patch on the game, is like my my slide pad on my new 3DS XL sticks a lot nowadays, and I can't really fix that without sending it in, and I don't want to because I'm lazy. So sometimes aiming or just like ducking and moving would be a bit shit, but otherwise a fine game. I mean, they did what they could with fucking Metroid 2, okay? It's not a super deep game or anything.
Well, no, I think there's literally no reason to replay Metroid 2 Original now, because you have another Metroid 2 remake, or you have Samus Returns, and they just kick the shit out of the original one, which is not really that great, so...
Let's see, what can I upgrade? Yeah, we'll just do this again. Honey, why not?
I can think of a few reasons.
Well, like we've established, opinion no matter-o, Hell Dragon-o.
As we've established, Tom can't speak Spanish very well.
Si, senor, si. So, yeah, that'll do us for this week's installment of KH3, guys. Apologies for being away, but we hope you have enjoyed this week's installment of stuff. And when we come back next week, we'll finish off the Caribbean, we'll do the interlude part, and then we'll move on to the Big Hero 6 world. So, plenty of stuff coming, don't worry, Goofy. I am a professional. No, I'm not. We'll see you all in hell next time. Bye-bye.